Hello everybody, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I prepared this video as a supplementary information of the book I wrote, An Unexpected Healing with St. Hildegard Remedies. In this book, I tell the story of how I was healed from chronic low back pain using St. Hildegard medicine. So in this video, I am showing you the general diet that I have been following ever since. This is an anti-inflammatory diet based on spelt. Spelt is an ancient grain, and you can look for more information about this grain that has the 8 amino acids that we need. It has many minerals, vitamins, and many components that are anti-cancerous, anti-inflammatory. So here is the breakfast that mainly consists of the avermus, which is made of spelt flakes, apple, raisins or cranberries, also psyllium plantago, and spices such as cinnamon, Alpinia galanga, and Anacyclus pyrethrum. I am giving you the names in Latin because it's better to look for these spices using the Latin name. And I also accompany my breakfast with 5 cookies of joy, which are made of spelt flour, cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. It is important to mention that these spices have been shown in research studies that they have anxiolytic and anti-depressive properties, anti-inflammatory, so they are really good, and actually your mood will definitely improve as you eat these cookies. I also accompany the breakfast with 2 tablespoons of kefir, better if it's made from goat milk. And remember, kefir has many probiotics that are really important to keep the microbiota in our intestine. And remember also that in the intestine is where we have the majority of our immune cells. So it is important to keep the good health of our microbiota, because the good bacteria are going to keep us in good health. And I also have a 1/4 cup of spelt drink or fennel tea, which are very digestive, and St. Hildegard recommends to accompany the 3 meals with something warm, because in general cold drinks stop digestion. Actually, the cold in general is not very good for the digestive system. Okay, so this is the breakfast. You can also have some versions like you can make cupcakes or pancakes or waffles made out of spelt, but nothing is compared to the avermus. I really highly recommend the avermus, and all the recipes that are mentioned in this video are found at the end. So for lunch, I usually have 100 milliliters of bone broth, and this is really good because it has many components of the extracellular matrix that are key for repairing tissues. And in this case, because I had a herniated disc, it was really important to take all these components for the restoration of my disc. So I have here 2 options, one that is more like a vegetarian lunch, and the other one that includes some sort of meat. So you can have some spelt pasta, some veggies. In this case, I'm just giving you like artichokes, carrots. It could be also zucchinis, or fennel. So any kind of combination of vegetables plus pesto. Remember that Saint Hildegard doesn't recommend some vegetables that she calls them like the poisons of the kitchen, like tomato, eggplant, pepper, and leeks, and also potatoes. And we think in the field of Saint Hildegard medicine that this is due to the solanine, that is a protein that all these members of the Solanaceae family have. And this protein, what makes is it makes holes in the intestine. So you can find that in the research studies that have been done regarding this Solanaceae family. So she recommends to avoid all these vegetables. Obviously that if you eat them once in a while, they are not going to cause harm. But if you tend to eat these type of foods every day, most likely eventually you will have some sort of intestinal problems. It might not be the case. It might be that some people are genetically protected against the effects of eating solanine too often. But in my case, I wanted to have a really anti-inflammatory diet, so I definitely avoided all these foods and still avoid them. So for the second option, I'm giving you like roasted chicken with hyssop and steamed vegetables. You could also use roasted fish. But I definitely don't eat red meat because it's really pro-inflammatory. And at the end of my lunch, usually I have a salad that contains lettuce, half an avocado, almonds, and a little bit of garlic. And I also season the salad with a mixture of oil and vinegar. In my case, I use olive oil. I know that Saint Hildegard doesn't really recommend olive oil because it can create mucosity in the intestine, in the digestive system. But let's also remember that there is a lot of scientific information showing the benefits of olive oil. It actually has many anti-inflammatory properties. So for my particular case, I decided to use olive oil and a little bit of salt and a pinch of sugar, and you marinate your salad 20 minutes before you eat it. And the scientific reason for doing that is because we don't have the enzyme that degrades the cell wall of vegetables. So if you don't marinate the salad with vinegar, what happens is that you eat it, but your digestive system will have problems degrading the lettuce. And it will stay there and ferment. And the fermentation process, if you do this every day, this can cause inflammation, among other things. So very important to marinate the salad with diluted vinegar and some sort of oil. You could use, for example, another type of oil like chia or canola oil, avocado oil, or a mixture of them. And like as a dessert, I have some cooked fruit. In this case, some slightly cooked blackberries. The same thing with the fruit, that we don't have the enzyme to degrade the cell wall of fruits. This is why I slightly cook it. Otherwise, the problem is if you eat any fruit that is raw at the end of your lunch, for example, it might ferment in your digestive system. And I also accompany the lunch with some infusion. In this case, I am giving you an example, fennel infusion, because fennel has many properties that help in the digestion process. But it is important that people consume, if you are consuming fennel every day, that you take a break after drinking fennel for, let's say, 3-4 weeks. You must take a 2 week, 1 or 2 weeks of break. And for snack, I usually have a juice of any type of fruit. In this case, I'm putting as an example, just the fruits that are not too sugary, like for example, raspberries, kiwi, grape, raspberries. So I'm giving you here 3 examples: a third cup of raspberries plus a half of a kiwi, a third cup of grapes, and a half of a lemon, and a third cup of raspberries, and the juice of a half of a grapefruit. Actually, grapefruit has a lot of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory components, so it's really good that you take as a snack a fruit juice. For dinner, I'm giving you 2 options. One could be like a steamed fish like cod, seasoned with hyssop, serpentine thyme, and rosemary, and steamed vegetables like green beans, zucchini, broccoli. All these vegetables have many antioxidants and anti-inflammatory components, and a slightly cooked fruit like an apple. And the other option, which is more like a vegetarian option, could be pumpkin or beet soup, hummus. I love hummus, and usually I make it at home with some spelt bread and slightly cooked fruit like raspberries, and again a fennel infusion or a toasted spelt drink, or we call it coffee, but it's really toasted spelt. And at the end here you can see the recipes, the cookies of joy, and also the vermouth, the bone broth. And you can always check my website if you want to download the recipes. My website is lorenaloarca.com. In the description of the video you can find the link, and if you are called to follow a similar diet, just make sure that you always consult a specialist to make sure that the diet is good for you. So I wish you all the best, and if you have any question, don't hesitate to send me an email. Have a great day. Bye.